Welcome to Royal Lovers. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and show some love to royalty. I am your host, Zane. Set the stage, folks, because today we're going back to an event that stirred up quite the royal rumble. Picture this, the grand wedding of Hugh Grosvenor and Olivia Henson. Now, who do we see striding solo towards the cathedral? None other than Prince William himself. No Kate, no George, just William. Now, this isn't just any wedding, mind you. This is Hugh Grosvenor's wedding, and if you're a royal enthusiast, you'd know that Hugh is none other than Prince George's godfather. So, naturally, one would expect the whole family to be there, right? But alas, the prince decided to go stag. Dressed to the nines, Prince William wasn't just a guest. He had the honor of being an usher. He was seen mingling with longtime friends and familiar faces, such as Rosie Van Cutsum and her husband, William Van Cutsum. But the absence of his family was conspicuous, to say the least. It seemed that the prince didn't bring along Prince George either. Despite pre-wedding speculations that George would be one of the page boys, our young royal was nowhere to be seen. The reason? It was a school day. Now, that's a commitment to education, isn't it? But let's not forget the most glaring absence, the Duchess of Cambridge herself, Kate Middleton. As William exited the cathedral, a voice from the crowd shouted, "Best wishes to Kate." The prince's response? A nod and a wave. Despite his seemingly jovial mood, there was a hint of grumpiness whenever someone reminded him of his wife's absence. So there you have it, a royal outing, but a solo one. Prince William, attending a high-profile wedding, playing the role of an usher, mingling with friends but without his family by his side. Quite the unusual spectacle, wouldn't you say? While the prince seemed to be in high spirits, his solo appearance raised quite a few eyebrows. And that, my friends, is where we'll pick up in the next scene. Stay tuned. However, Prince William's solo appearance wasn't the only thing that caught the attention of royal watchers. The absence of the Middleton family at Hugh Grosvenor's wedding sparked quite a bit of speculation and curiosity. Traditionally seen at significant social gatherings, the Middletons' non-attendance was notably out of character, especially considering their usually prominent social footprint. Prior to the wedding, there was considerable chatter about Prince George potentially playing a role as a page boy. After all, Hugh Grosvenor isn't just any family friend. He's George's godfather. Such a role would have been fitting and in keeping with royal traditions. However, it turned out that Prince George was unable to attend. The reason? It was simply a school day. Yes, even for young royals, schooling takes precedence over social events. A reminder that royal children, too, have routines and commitments akin to their peers. During the event, as Prince William made his way out of the cathedral, an onlooker's voice rose above the murmur of the crowd, sending, "Best wishes to Kate." William's response was a nod and a wave, a gesture that seemed to carry a mix of acknowledgement and a subtle plea to focus on the event, rather than on personal matters. It was a moment that underscored his solo role at the wedding, without his family by his side. What makes the absence of the Middletons particularly intriguing is the layers of social dynamics it unveils. This was not just any gathering, but the social event of the season, and the Middletons are usually staples in such high-profile events. One might wonder if their absence was an oversight, a scheduling conflict, or perhaps something more deliberate. Whatever the reason, it certainly left people talking and guessing. The absence of the Middleton family, despite their close ties to the royal family, certainly added to the intrigue of the event. The absence of the Middleton family at Hugh Grosvenor's wedding raises some interesting questions about their standing in royal circles. The Middletons, a family whose social trajectory has been nothing short of a modern fairy tale, have often been at the center of discussions about social climbing. Carol Middleton, in particular, has been portrayed as a mastermind of social strategy, ensuring her children mingle in the highest echelons. Yet, at one of the season's most glittering events, none of the Middletons were present. This absence is quite telling. Over the years, the Middletons have been regulars at numerous high-profile gatherings, which makes their non-invitation to this particular celebration a subject of intrigue. Carol, once dubbed by some as the architect of the Middleton social ascent, seems to have experienced a shift in her social standing. Rumors and whispers in social circles suggest that her days of strategic social positioning might be drawing to a close, particularly if one considers how visibility at such events is often a barometer of one's social vitality. Then there's Pippa Middleton and her husband, James Matthews, whose wealth and status are significant, yet apparently not enough to secure an invitation to this exclusive event. James Middleton, too, was notably absent. This sparks a debate. Has the social currency of the Middleton family waned? Or is there a more nuanced dynamic at play within their relationship with other aristocratic families? Their absence might also reflect a recalibration of social alliances, and perhaps a re-evaluation of the Middletons' role within these aristocratic networks. It's possible that the social ladder they climbed so adeptly is now being pulled up from above, or maybe they are simply choosing to step back from the limelight. Whatever the reasons, the Middleton family's absence, despite their reputation for social climbing, certainly added an unexpected twist to the event. While the absence of the Middleton family at Hugh Grosvenor's wedding has certainly sparked speculation, it's important to remember that we can only guess at the reasons behind it. The royal world is a labyrinth of unspoken rules, complex relationships, and carefully managed public appearances. The absence of the Middletons from this particular event could mean a variety of things. It may be that the Middletons were not invited, suggesting a possible rift or cooling of relations. Or perhaps they were invited but chose not to attend, indicating a strategic move to avoid the limelight or to distance themselves from certain royal circles. Then again, it's also possible that they had other commitments that took precedence. We must remember that the Middletons are not royalty themselves, but have become part of the royal narrative due to their daughter Kate's marriage to Prince William. Their actions and non-actions are observed and analyzed with the same intensity as those of the royals themselves. The absence of the Middletons at this wedding might also underscore the ongoing transition within the royal family, as Prince William and Kate assume more responsibilities, and as their children grow up, the role and influence of the Middleton family within the royal sphere may be shifting. It's also worth noting that the Middletons have been the subject of much media scrutiny and speculation over the years. Their social standing, their ambitions, and their relationship with the royal family have all been topics of public discussion and debate. Their absence at this wedding might simply be another chapter in that ongoing narrative. But let's not forget, at the end of the day, these are all speculations. The real reasons for the Middletons' absence at Hugh Grosvenor's wedding may never be publicly known. The royal world is often a theater of appearances and disappearances, of presence and absence, and this event was no different. As always, the world of royalty is full of intrigue and speculation, and Hugh Grosvenor's wedding was no exception. As we wrap up our discussion on Hugh Grosvenor's wedding, it's clear that this event was more than just a celebration of love. It also served as a fascinating lens through which to view the dynamics and nuances of British royal and social circles. Today, we delved into the curious case of Prince William attending the wedding solo, a move that sparked a flurry of speculation and commentary. His solo appearance raised eyebrows, especially considering his wife Kate and their children, including potential page boy Prince George, were notably absent. The absence of any family members on such a significant occasion certainly piqued the interest of royal watchers and the media alike. We also explored the notable non-invitation of the Middleton family. Despite their close ties through marriage to the royals, the Middletons were conspicuously absent from the guest list. This exclusion opens up a plethora of questions about the current social standings and relationships within these elite circles. Has the social climbing attributed to the Middletons reached a pivotal turning point? Or is there a more intricate play of personal and public dynamics at work here? Furthermore, the reactions and interactions at the event, like the shout of "best wishes to Kate" and William's response, add layers to the narrative of this royal outing. Each gesture and each absence speaks volumes, offering glimpses into the personal lives of those who are usually seen through a strictly formal and public lens. These points lead us to reflect on the broader implications of such events in the lives of the British royals and their acquaintances. What does each carefully or carelessly planned presence and absence tell us about the current state of affairs within these storied institutions? Thank you everyone for watching the video and showing some love by subscribing and sharing the video. Remember to leave a comment with your thoughts or questions. Thank you. I am your loyal host, Zane.